What is going on, everyone? Matthew97657 here, and today we are back with yet another figure unboxing and review. And as the title and thumbnail suggests, this is going to be the Monsterarts Godzilla -1 from the Godzilla movie, Godzilla -1, that did come out in the year of 2023. So I'm already going to head into it. I'm beat my intro. With that being said, nothing more to it. They get right on into it. And alas, here we go. I don't know if you guys can see the stickering, but this one came out from Collectibles. I like shopping there now. They're a really cool shop that has a lot of cool stuff. So shout out Collectibles. In no way am I sponsored, but if you ever decide to sponsor me one day, I'd appreciate it. But no worries. And we're just going straight into it. The protective packaging is gone. There's another one. As you can see the box there. Look at that box. We're getting into it real fast here. No time to wait. We all want to see this figure, see if it came out good, if I got a good batch or not. Let's see. This is the front of the box there, Godzilla -1. There is the left side of the box, technically. Here is the right side of the box, a lot of these stock images. Here is the back side of the box. As you can see, the kind of silhouette that they kind of gave for the movie, and then -1 is clear. And you can kind of see the figure in there as well. So we'll get there soon enough. On top, Godzilla -1. And then on the bottom, Godzilla -1. So we're going to keep going on into it. Get the old handy dandy knife here as we just cut through and make our way to that figure. So I know that some of the batches have been kind of hit or miss. I'm really hoping I got a good batch. If not, I mean, there's nothing more I can really do about it. But here it is. If at least it's a bad paint job, I might be able to just, kind of fix it up. But if it's a bad eye job, that's the real tough part. I don't really like painting eyes on figures. It's really hard. It's really delicate. But alas, here we go. This is the articulated series Godzilla -1 from Tamashination's SH Monsterarts. And as you can see there, look at the mold. The mold itself looks great. I kind of have it in a dynamic positioning there, but look at that, right? It looks great. It looks great so far. I love the paint. It's a little dark. There's a little bit of, not a lot of that like dry brushing on it. The light I'm using right here doesn't really help. It just looks all black, but there are some paint apps of it being kind of having that dry wash. So there is that. But as you look at the spines there, I know people have been saying to be very careful with them because they might snap easily. So I'm not going to go too insane with those there. But look at that. Get some of that shading there. I don't have the best camera in the world, but hopefully you guys can see some of that shading. I'm going to move the camera up just a little bit so we can see more of the head sculpt here. And so I haven't even gotten to take a look yet on the eyes, but articulation wise, you know what? Let's just go through it. I have to get my eyes on this one. It's not the worst. It's not the worst. It's not the worst head. I've definitely seen worse. I don't think it's insanely like, I wish I could get a good focus here. Okay, we're just gonna have to move on. It doesn't look too bad, actually. I kind of actually don't think I got a bad head. All right, we do need to be careful with those dorsal plates. This is definitely a be careful with this figure, but alas, we're gonna go on to the articulation here. So on the head, we have the mouth opening from the bottom, and then we have the head joint that can kind of swivel around, right? Swiveling. It can probably do a full 360. It's kind of rough though with how the mold is. We have this second neck piece right here before this plate. You can kind of get that rotary motion there. And then coming down to this neck piece with that plate, you can get some more rotary motion, right? Like that, stuff like that. And then it goes up. You can go make him look up. And then obviously if you want to make him, the body, help him look up, and then looks down. Not too crazy on the down portion, but still kind of just that neutral ground of eye leveling. So going on to the arms here, we have a piece here, a second piece here, an elbow joint here, and then obviously the hand piece. So you can go a full 360 around there. Just to give you guys an idea, we do have a swivel here, and then another one right at the elbow where that spike is, right at the elbow there. Right, moving like that. And then let's get this out of the way. Hands, obviously, like that. So very, very nice with that. Going back to the upper body portion here, we have the chest, which I think we got to, where the second set of plates are at. So we have the, oh my God, I'm hearing like clipping them, I need to be careful. So you can kind of swivel that here as you see. And then going down a little bit further, we have another swivelly piece here where it's got a lot of resistance, but it's more of like moving it forward or back. This piece right in there. We have this little kind of like hovering piece, right? Not really built into the mold, it just kind of sticks it together. Right here, as you can see, that little kind of like pelvis piece a little bit, like a tiny bit. Going towards the groin here, it looks like that pelvis, or not, it's not even the pelvis piece, it's more like a stomach additional piece. But coming down here towards the pelvis, it looks like it's just this mold, or this is right in there. Coming back up, it looks like that is one piece that has the legs as well. So before we move on to the tail, we're going to move on to the legs here. So the legs can do a full 360. You just got to move it out of the way. A little bit of toughness there, and then the knee joint here can kind of kick out. There's a little piece here that kind of just fits in to give that skin texturing of the complete body, and then you can come back. And then secondly, we're at the foot here, and it looks like it's just one. Okay, I have to be careful with the spines. You don't want to lay them down on it and snap it. It looks like on the foot piece right in here, there's just that piece, but then all the toes are individually articulated, besides maybe this little nub here, right there. But all the other toes are able to move up, there, right up, there's up, and then we put them back down, down, down. So that's very cool. I think that might be a first for SH Monsterarts. And now going back towards this tail piece here. So we ended off here. Now we're going to come right in here. There's kind of that piece there where it kind of just is in there. It's, oh man, that's a weird piece. It looks like it's connected to the piece before it, but you can kind of see the tail gap that's starting to happen right in here. So we're going to go ahead and move there. You can kind of get a little bit of that tail swivel motion, which is very nice. Just be careful with the plates. And then as we go down, let's see how many pieces, right? So that's where the tail is. If you can see the little writing there. So we have this piece, 1, 2, very, very small, 3, a little bit better, 4. See, oh man. See, like this piece looks like it's already chipped, if I'm being completely honest. This one right here, right there. I don't think I chipped it here though, that's the thing. Unless maybe I'm just incorrect. Because all the other pieces look a little bit more full. There's more tail swivel, so we're at 7, I think 8 here. 9 right in there. This is like dangerous. 10 right in here. And then the rest of the tail, 11 right in here. 12, if that's a piece. 12, 13, 14, 15 right in here. And then 16. And then it looks like maybe this one is just, it ends at 16 there. So I might be incorrect. Oh man. Yeah, I don't recall a dorsal plate here. Maybe it's a lower piece right in there. You can kind of see it. Maybe they just designed it because it's going to go up against that. But I really don't think so. I'm not seeing any pieces. I know I heard kind of like a little pop earlier. But I'm just trying to make sure. I'm looking at the box here. No, I think that's actually how that piece is. It looks like that piece is not, it doesn't have a spiky tip on the left side. So it looks like we're good to go there. I thought I chipped a piece. I was like, oh my goodness, here we go, right? But articulation-wise, this figure is probably the most, if not, it is the most articulated -1 figure we have out on the market as of right now. It's just, it's awesome. I really do like this suit. It's a nice size figure, right? It's nothing too insane. It's nothing too like big in terms of size, and the way the sculpt is, it looks great. So I'm just kind of getting a pose here. So we're gonna get on some comparisons, and that will really be it for the video. But first impressions, I think the paint job could definitely be better. The paint job on the prototype images was definitely a lot better than what we got. I don't think this one is necessarily a bad print run. I think this is probably one of the better ones, especially with the face. The eyes look pretty good in my opinion. It's just the paint is kind of lacking. It's missing a lot of that kind of like earthy dry brushing. So that's, I think, something I could fix. I don't know if I want to do it though. I'm kind of picky on doing custom stuff just because I'm pretty amateur at it. But I mean, the mold itself looks great. I really do like it. You can get a lot of articulation going on within the arms, the legs, the tail. You just have to be very careful with the spines, and same with that. So if you want to make him look up, like in that one shot in the movie where he's looking up, that is awesome. That's probably my favorite shot in the film, if I'm being honest. But I assume you're on here because you've seen the movie, so it's awesome. It's definitely a nice piece to have. So with that, let's get a good pose for him. Let's get kind of like a wide pose maybe. Oh, there's a tail. It's nothing like a Monsterarts without a little tail pop. There we go. So that's a nice little pose for him there. And so first off, for our review, we will be doing the Bandai Movie Monster Series. Why does it look hazy? The Bandai Movie Monster Series of Godzilla -1 and the Monsterarts. As you can see, essentially the same suit, but obviously versus articulated versus a standalone mold. So very, very nice. Obviously, you get a lot of different colors from this theater exclusive compared to this one. So that is very cool. Next up for our Bandai's, we will have the Godzilla the Ride design, which is somewhat similar to the -1 suits, which is still very cool to see how we have evolved essentially from the Ride design compared to the -1. So a very good thing here. Next up, we will do just a standard Monsterarts Godzilla mold from the 2021 figure. So as you can see, they're kind of around the same height. -1 dorsal plate kind of takes the lead there in terms of height. But I do have both of them kind of like in a crouching forward type of position. So still very cool. As you can see, the contrast between the two Godzillas we have. Right. And last but not least, I do want to get the Shin mold out there just because it was the last live action Godzilla movie. Godzilla design we had, just in terms of the differences between the two. This is the Monsterarts Night Combat version, and this is the base Monsterarts for -1. And so I have my Shin in this position where its weight kind of does not help it, but I just really like that pose. You can see the tail difference, the coloration difference, and all that good stuff as well. So very, very nice stuff all around the board. Very nice. Thank you, Mr. Shin Godzilla. And we will focus out right back over here. So very cool figurine. It's definitely, I think if you're a fan of the film, it was very good. If you're a fan of the design, very good. It's definitely worth the pickup. I know a lot of the pre-orders have kind of sold out for US. This was a Japan release that I had purchased, but the US releases should be picking up here in the month of January. So I'm sure that they would probably do, I'm not going to say reprints yet, but I know a lot of pre-orders have been selling out. I'm sure they'll do a reissue. If not, you know, Monsterarts, they'll always make a second version. And if anything, one of my biggest hopes is they make a figure where you can actually, you know, do the whole atomic breath sequence, which I think would be insanely cool. I can't even imagine how much that would cost and how that would work. But I have hopes that a manufacturer can pull it off. Tamachi Nations, Hiya Toys, X Plus, Bandai, someone has to do it. That will be the figure to get if that ever can be made. So I think this is going to wrap it up for our -1 Monsterarts figure here. Once again, an amazing, amazing sculpt, as well as an amazing movie. Semi-okay paint job. Definitely got a good mold on the head, so where his eyes look pretty good. His eyes look pretty decent looking forward from both ways. But, yeah, I mean, sculpt is good. Paint job is, could have been better, at least from the prototype images we saw. And, yeah, articulation is very good. You just have to be careful with the spines, really. That's the one thing you need to be careful with. Don't put too much pressure on pulling or pushing them. So, very, very fickle. So you want to be careful with those parts of the figure. But with that, that is going to be it for this video. And let me know what you guys thought of the Godzilla -1 movie. I know I don't really do kind of like reviews or anything on that. That's kind of like not my vibe or whatever. But let me know what you guys think of the figurine and the movie. I loved it. It was amazing. I loved it so much. It was very good. And for the third time, just let me know what you guys thought of it. I'd love to hear what you guys have to think about the figure, the movie, any upcoming figure releases and stuff like that. Because, I mean, I'm sure this is going to be the golden boy for Toho for quite a while, taking Shin's spot. So with that, that's going to go ahead and conclude the video. I will see you guys in the next video. So take care. See ya.